Hello everyone, thanks for joining us today. We'll be starting in few minutes. We are just waiting for a few people to join the webinar. Hello everyone, thanks for waiting. We'll be starting shortly. With us we have Gayathri RL. She is our ITAM and ITSM Consultant at Infraon. She handles the pre-sales at Infraon. So she has over 10 years of experience in product sales and 3 years of experience with asset management and service management. So over to you, Gayathri. You can take the stage and start.
Okay. Thank you, Naima. I can start? Yeah, fine. Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Gayathri. I'm excited to spend some time with you today, talking about something that's on top of mind of a lot of business right now, transforming IT asset management in 2025. So think about how much it has changed in the past 1 year and how much it will be changed in the coming few years. And before IT asset management, what say back office job, so it was like a good to have feature. But right now it is a strategic driver of cost saving, security, and efficiency. So let's see more of this. So the agenda of today is like we will see what is asset management, why item matters in 2025, what are the new industry trends in item, so popular use cases, challenges with traditional item approach, case studies, and demo. Okay, so what exactly is IT asset management or ITAM? So, it is simply put, it's about managing all your IT stuff from laptop and servers to software licenses throughout its entire life cycle. So, you can say it is kind of a cradle to grave management, making sure everything is tracked, used effectively, maintained, and eventually retired responsibly. So, these are five major pillars of asset management. One is asset accounting. So, you will see how to track and record all your asset, which is spread across different locations maybe. And second one is asset utilization. So how to use the asset efficiently without making it like sit idle or underutilization, overutilization that you can track. Asset maintenance. So you can keep your complete repair maintenance every data and asset upgrade. So you can see new features are there, whether my system is really needs an upgrade. So that information is important, and also asset disposal. So once the asset is reached its end of the life, how it is being like effectively disposed. So these are the main pillars of asset management. So next we will see why ITAM matters more than ever in 2025. So think about the IT landscape today. So it is complex. So we have got hybrid work model, cloud computing, and constant cyber threats. So ITAM is not just nice to have, so it is a must have. So one hybrid and decentralized ecosystem. So it helps to ensure security, cost control, and optimal asset utilization. Asset cost management. It enables the visibility into cloud usage, identifies redundant or underutilized subscription, and helps cost. Then regulatory compliance, it helps to track software licenses, data storage, and processing activities to minimize the risk of penalties and legal issues. Security threats, so it like identifies the vulnerabilities, another is software if there is anything installed, and so that they can update or they can inform and take actions according to it if there is any hardware which is outdated, and many other entry points which is prone to cyber attacks. Next, new technology integration. I can manage AI, IoT, and edge devices by tracking, allocating, and ensuring seamless integration. So, new industry trends of item. So one, it is a unified solution. So many organization doesn't want different tools to manage their entire IT. So they are most prone to go into a unified solution with a single source of truth. Then expansion to cloud. So it is majority of the business is moving towards cloud than on-prem. And cyber security, they need integration with their cyber security systems and see if there is any vulnerabilities which is present, so that they can tackle it accordingly. And predictive analysis, based on the previous data whatever they have, they want to have a predictive analysis than reactive. So before some damage is happening, they want to analyze the data and predict it for the near future. Then asset tracking, so they want to see like where the assets are moving, like one which location, how many are there. So all this kind of tracking they would like to see. So these are the new industry trends which is happening in the item world. So popular use cases of item. So seamless allocation and repurposing of asset utilization. So it ensures asset is like expenses complete life cycle, like right from the day of procurement till the end of life. What are the things which is coming in? Any AMC is expired, or any warranty is there, or any repair is happening. So all these expenses which you want to track, they like we may have to track it efficiently, and maybe you have to track all this documentation as well, so which helps to reduce the wastage of the asset and overutilization or underutilization of the asset. So because of all these things, it improves the ROI of the industries. So centralized asset insight. So it aggregates the data from multiple sources. If you're having multiple systems which is providing the data, all those things can be integrated into a single place, and on that you can like you can offer different analysis, or you can create different dashboards, or you can give a different view to different stakeholders, and it will give you real-time updates and constant like access to the important asset information. So regulatory alignment is nothing but it manages the compliance. If there is any accurate logs, like any logs which is missing, any activities which is tracked, which can be tracked. So all those things can be compiled, can be taken as a report, and each and every activity doesn't go unnoticed. And streamlined contract management, the tracking and managing the contract is very easy with the asset management. So you may have different types of contract. So all these contracts can be stored in a single place. So with including the start and end dates, how it can be renewed. So if there any permission or approval process which is needed, which will give you the visibility and decision making to the relevant stakeholders. And also it helps you to track all kind of IT, what I can say, IT contracts, and it will put everything into one single place. So, what are the challenges with traditional ITAM approach? So, one, that is low productivity, which is caused by limited automation and static reporting. So, basically, if you are if you have a static which is not dynamic, basically, so you will have a single report which you will be having and kept, which is not updated. So that causes like some differences, and if you are basically not updated with whatever is happening in your infrastructure. Then inadequate scale, like reactive issue prevention. So basically you cannot do any preventive decision, so you have to be reactive. If any issue comes, you have to go and address it then and there. So that may not be a possible, or it is not a practical approach altogether. Scalability issue. So right now you might be a growing organization. Right now you need just a small solution. Maybe when you grow, the current system might not be supporting your needs. So there will be errors in tracking. Maybe warranties will be confused, and all these software licenses, softwares. So all those things will be scaling, but your system will not be scalable. So that is one of the major problem which we are facing. And error prone tracking. So normally when you are using spreadsheet, so you cannot update, and every spreadsheet is prone to human errors. So there will be misplace of information. There will be delay in updation. So some contracts date, if there is any change, that will be causing problem. So it will affect the entire system altogether. And you will might be having different tools which may not be supporting. It will increase your manual work, basically. So you have to get the data from different tools, put it in a single place, and some of the systems might not support the other system, so that again the manual work is increasing. So this is also one of the problem. Lack of analytics. So based on the data, you might not get a customizable report which your organization or industry is asking for. So most of them, or most of the current system, are having a fixed method of reporting, so which might not give you much of the analytics information. So because of the single source of truth is not there, only one data is giving you certain information, so that analytics will be a little bit issue. So we have talked about the challenges of traditional IT asset management. It can be complex, time consuming and prone to errors. But what if there was a better way? What if you could simplify, modernize and automate your entire asset management process? So I am excited to introduce you a solution that just does that. So that is Infraon Asset. So basically Infraon Asset is an AI-powered asset management software, which is a part of a bigger platform called as Infront Infinity. So this will help you to simplify the complete ICT lifecycle management. It optimizes the asset usage, and it will help you to manage the compliance. So it is a complete IT asset management to track asset availability, performance, and health. So it comes with a customizable automated workflow to meet unique business needs, and it is also having an intuitive dashboard that is tremendously easy to use. So let's see some of the case studies which I want to highlight here. So this is basically a real life success story. So imagine a world leading turbine supplier, a company with complex operation and vast array of IT asset. So they were facing a common problem. So their IT asset management was a mess. So they were using spreadsheets to track the assets and managing the AMC and renewal. So most of the time, if any of the team like misses to update this information, the entire life cycle was going on a mess. Or some if somebody is doing some changes which cannot be tracked. Okay, so it is very difficult to get that accountability. And also there is so much of manual work, so labors were involved. So it was like too much of time their employees are taking to just manage asset management. So also because of this, the compliance was issue was there because they were not able to manage their software licenses. Some of the times it will go for when the auditing comes, it used to create problems. So then we introduced our solution. So first thing what we did is like we ditched the spreadsheet and we made the system automated. So we onboarded all the assets to the platform, and we gave them the usage patterns. So each department, how many assets were getting used and what is the life cycle, how many are in which state. So based on the location, type, function, categories, we have categories into so many different types and given access to multiple departments so that they get a complete visibility of their own assets. And also we have given software license management to them. So because of that, they could manage their complete software licenses. So from which date to which date, if it is getting expired, they were getting notification so that they can manage it in advance if how many softwares are getting expired for the next coming month, and they could project their financial plan accordingly. And also software installations, they were having certain softwares, like they were providing their systems to their employees, and they had no controls on the softwares which is getting installed. So since we had a feature to blacklist the application, so we controlled the software installations, and they were able to manage it. And as a result, because we reduced the manual work of their team, so that productivity increased 50 to 75%. And also because we were tracking the IT asset usage, so we were able to reduce the IT spend to 25 to 50%. And also because of the software license management, the complaints were also in that track. So let's go into the second use case, which is a leading global medtech company. So they too had the similar issue which many of the customers were having. One is their asset tracking. They were not able to track their assets. So they were maintaining, like relying on the manual auditing tasks. So allocation, deallocation, all these things were on a fix. So they don't know how many assets were getting allocated, deallocated, all these things. And software license tracking and how much amount is getting spent on these licenses, that also they did not have any visibility. So when we came into picture, we gave the asset tracking with visibility to the status and deployment, and we were able to give them an automated workflow just for auditing purpose. And also we have deployed the inventory agent to all their systems. We were able to upload those information to our system with quick installation. And also about their non-IT, IT, all these things, we were able to upload it to the platform. And also software license management was again an useful information for them. So we have given them an insight of all the softwares which they're managing, their utilization, last 1 year utilization, how much they should procure in the next year so that it will be managed effectively. So all this visibility we have given to them, and which resulted them to increase again, the productivity has increased, also the compliance because of the software license management, so that has increased, and also the IT spend has reduced to 50 to 75% again. And finally, the last use case, that is one of the most important, like more famous industry leader in IT consulting, who had branches in multiple locations. So their issue was like they were still relying on spreadsheet to manage the assets, and the entire infrastructure, because they were span into different location, different country. So they did not have a proper visibility to the entire infrastructure, so which increased the manual effort for each and every IT team which are sitting in different locations. So the proper life cycle workflow was also not there. So we came into picture, and we managed the complete life, I said life cycle management. We gave them visibility to their warranty and expiry, warranty and AMC expiry. So we could forecast those information for the next quarter, so they could manage their budgetary. And also we were able to segregate into different location, and because of this role based access and all this is, they would be able to see the assets on their location. And we also had this barcode scanning based auditing, and also the complete history of this audit. So they got the tremendous use of it. So all this audit report we were able to give them, and it was helpful for them to see the entire thing what is happening to their IT infrastructure. And reports, they wanted different reports, like how what kind of software is installed in different location, what softwares had permission, because some countries doesn't allow all the softwares. So those softwares we were able to blacklist, and they were able to track it actually. So they were again, because of this manual work we have reduced, so it increased the productivity to 50 to 75%. And the IT spend has reduced again because of managing the life cycle accurately. And also the compliance has increased because of their software license management, and also software and also contract management which they were using. Yeah, so then I would like to go for demo. Sorry, just give me a minute. Can I? Yeah, so this is the preview of the platform. So I am entering to the dashboard of the platform. So this dashboard is configured according to the cost. So basically it is saying how many IT assets you have, how many fixed assets you have, and what is the value of those assets. And this quarter, if any purchases have happened, or next quarter any purchases have been forecasted, and current year purchase, you can also categorize it according to the location, or like types, etc. And this is customizable, all are widget based. So yeah, so all are widget based, and so you can select the properties what you want. So if you want to pick only the cost related properties, you can do that. Otherwise, if you need any like status, or if you want to customize it according to the location or anything like that, you can also do that. And we also have a feature where you can custom like configure it as a presentation and start a slideshow. So then the question comes like, what are the types of asset you have, and how do you add the assets to the platform, right? So one, we have as IT assets, so where you can group all your IT related assets. So there are different methods of adding asset to the platform. So one, it is like add it as a single asset, give all the information and add it. So the second method is upload it via CSV. So if you are already having a CSV, you can upload it to the platform. And the third one is you can download it as event. Okay, I mean download the agent basically. So in the agent we have like one is inventory agent, which supports for laptops and desktops, and which we support for three types of three types of operating systems: Windows, Mac, and Ubuntu. And also for network devices, we do have data collector. So that is basically we call it as discovery method. So you provide the credentials, you provide the IP range, and based on it, we discover and add the assets to the platform. So the advantage of it is this is like you don't have to like what you can say any data which is captured, right? So if there is any change in the RAM memory or any software is installed or uninstalled, that information can be added to the platform. So that will be reflected and it will be a part of activity log. Okay, so if the agent is installed, so this is basically a real time tracking or real time update of your like endpoints. So, though any method you use, when you are adding the asset to the platform, we generate a unique asset ID which can be customized according to your need. So, based on this asset ID, we generate a unique barcode and QR code. Okay, so just I will just open my asset just to show you what are the information and how does one asset page look, and what are the activities or what are the actions you can do in that single asset. Okay, so this is my asset which I am right now I am giving you the presentation. So the agent is installed, so and this is the asset ID which is getting generated, and this is the barcode and also the QR code. So we have a mobile application called as Infraon Infinity. So you can scan this QR code and it will take you to the asset page. Okay, so that is and from there you can actually manage, you can allocate, deallocate, all these actions you can do. So then what are the information we are capturing through the agent? So one is device type, host name, IP address, make, OS name. So these informations we are capturing, and also the live performance data, since what time it is up, what is the live CPU memory and disk utilization. So also the details like what are the IP, MAC, memory size, model, OS version, serial number, series. These informations also is captured by the agent. Also the last 7 days login logout information, that also will be captured. So when it comes to the hardware part, so we capture the BIOS information, processor details, disk, memory, disk serial number, so baseboard details, all the network adapters, all this information, as well as the software information. So in the hardware, to specify if there is any change which is happening in the hardware. So suppose somebody is removing the RAM or one slot of RAM or something like that happens. So that information like once it is updated, you will get an email alert. So you can configure in a way so that if you want to get an alert, so you can configure and you will get an email alert whenever there is a change in any of the laptop or desktops. Okay, so when it comes to software part, so the first part shows the operating system and the product ID as well as the product key. So also the applications which are running, so these are the applications which is installed in my laptop. So all those information an IT manager can see. Also the system environment, the services which are running, software inventory, this information can be captured. Okay, so then comes the financial part. I was telling a lot about life cycle management. You can manage the cost, you can manage the Vesperi, all these things, right? So that comes in the procurement and cost properties, where you can upload the financial information, and based on the purchase date, we calculate the asset age, and based on the depreciation type. So we do the depreciation calculation, so which is one of the major things in the financial management of the asset, right? So you can choose the depreciation which we support as per the industry standard. So then you can give the salvage value and we will calculate the current cost of the laptop. Okay, so these some calculations we are doing it by the system itself, and this information you can see it in the asset life cycle. So you can add multiple information. When is the end of support? When is the end of life? Or whatever life cycle related information is there, you can add, and it will be shown here. So based on this warranty and AMC date, we can also send you an email alert to your email. You can configure it up to 90 days so that you can plan it advance for the next quarter as well. So then we have the depreciation timeline. It will show you the depreciation graph, and this depreciation also we can forecast it for the next 5 years. Okay, so these are the financial information, and we also have a feature where you don't have to run searching for your warranty cards or POs or any information like that. So you can upload everything here, and it can be managed. Okay. So whenever it is needed, you can just download and you can view that document. So that can also be done. And also we have this owner and user concept. So owner is majorly the IT department. So if you are having multiple department, or like one person is responsible for the finance team, one person is responsible for the accounts, like maybe the HR team assets. So you can keep them as owner, and user is the person who is actually using the asset. So when Gayathri, so right now I am using this asset. So when I leave from this organization, you can deallocate it from me, and it can be allocated to the next person. So when at the end of 1 year or 2 year, if you want to see how many times this particular laptop is been allocated or deallocated, you can take it as a report, or you can also see it in the activity log. Okay, so this can have two use cases. If you want to see like how many laptops or how many assets have been allocated to Gayathri, that information also you can get it from this. So the next part is like, and also here we have, I want to highlight one important thing, like where before, like we can allocate the asset to somebody, and we also have an additional feature where they can accept and reject the allocation. And if it is deallocated, we can also acknowledge the deallocation, and we can manage the different statuses. So if you are having a policy of retiring the asset and moving it to scrap or donating it, you can add those stages here, and this is a part of workflow, like that like transfer of assets from one state to another. On which state you want to trigger an email, trigger a notification, we can do that. And also we can categorize the asset into different bucket. So how many are in use, how many is in allocation, how many went for maintenance. So all this information you can manage by managing it into different statuses. Okay, and in case the asset is moving from one location to another, suppose this as the person who is using this asset is moved to the Mumbai location, you can also change the address to the Mumbai, so that when you are taking the asset count of Mumbai, this asset will be accountable for them, and this information will also be part of the activity history. So all these activities, whatever I do, is a part of this. So this is the activity log, which can also be downloaded as an Excel. We can select the time range, or if you want to search by any keyword, you can search by keyword and you can download it. So I have attached some document, some changes have happened, some OS component changes have happened. So hardware information, all these changes will be tracked, and not one data will be lost. So it acts as the complete like whenever the data like asset is agent is installed, so any changes which is happening internally also you can track. Otherwise, whatever changes you are doing manually, your allocation, deallocation, change of location, everything can be tracked in the asset history. Okay, so these are the information what we can like see in the asset page, and what are the activities we can do in the asset. Yeah, so the next so the next I want to see the fixed asset part. So fixed asset is similar to the IT asset. The only changes is like whatever non-IT, what you can say, the electrical, electronic, furniture, like air conditioner, all these things which you can add it in the fixed asset part. Okay, so remaining that every activity will be same. And we also have you can also add your consumable assets, like if you want to, for example, the HDMI cables, you are not allocating one HDMI cables to one person, right? So you'll be distributing by department. For example, you will be giving some, out of 500 HDMI cables, you will give 100 to HR, 100 to finance. So you want to just track the history, and also you want to see the cost. So for that, you can use these consumable assets. It can be anything. It can be tea, it can be tissues, water bottles, anything. So it will do show some information like this. So you can see yearly. I have procured some 700 asset and I have distributed some 610. And you can also send a threshold notification. So when the stock is hitting below 10 or something, I want my IT team to get a notification. So that kind of configuration you can do. It will calculate the total inventory cost and also the inventory history, when and all the asset has been added, when and all it has been distributed. All this information can be seen in the consumable part. And if you want to distribute or add the stock, you can do it from here itself. Okay. The next one is software with access a software inventory. So if you want to know, for example, you are having some 1,000 laptops, I want to see how many softwares are installed in that 1,000 laptops. Everything will come and sit here. And here we have the version, software type, and total instances. So the total instances is nothing but you can see how many systems this particular software is installed. And the blacklisting of application also comes here, so that if you don't want any particular software to to be installed in your organization, you can blacklist it. And whenever the system, like the agent is finding the blacklisted application, it can send you an email alert. Okay, so that can be done. So right now this is blacklisted. So if I open this particular software, you will see the software information as well as the systems in which the particular software is present. So that can be, so basically it's a software inventory, so which groups all the softwares in one place. And next comes the software license part, where we can manage two types of licenses. One is application license, and other one is OS license. In application license, if you want to track any application manually, so for example, I have 20 per this particular license. I have already allocated to 13 people. So 7 is available. So if Naima is coming with a request saying that I need a license for this, I can check if it is available and I can just allocate it to Naima. Okay, so then it will just track the count. So it will say right now the 14 is allocated and 6 is available, and the complete thing will be like available as an insight. And also it will show you the license usage of last 1 year, and also the people who to whom this license has been allocated. Okay, so that information. And also we have this license life cycle. That means you can give the end, like February 28, 2025 is the end date of this software. So before 10 days, I want to send this notification to my finance manager. So that can also be done in the software license part. And for OS license, especially for volume by license, we can add that volume license key. And when the agent is installed, it will compare with that license key and it will automatically detect the count. So that can be done. So even so that can be automated process. Okay, if the license key is not added in advance, still it will tell you this information. For example, it is saying this particular license key is not added, but I the system has found the license key in 3 allocated license, so those 3 are under license, so it is non complied, and it is saying on which date it is allocated and in which laptops this license key is present. So this kind of insights you can see in the software license, and this can also be taken as a report as well. Okay. And CMDB is basically the asset relationship. If I want to create any relationship, so for example, my laptop, so like I have been given a mouse, and this is connected to second floor switch. So that information I can see it, or if you want to add any manual information also, because we cannot say all the assets which is linked, right. So some might not be connected. Some, for example, I'm taking my laptop. So you can see all the relationship. It is connected to this, and what and all mouses it is connected to, where it is located, who is managing it. These kind of relationships you can manage in the asset relationship. And you can see it in the map view also, what is the first layer of connection, second layer of connection, etc. So some of these parameters are manual and some are automated. Okay, so this is about the CMDB view. And as I was mentioning about the contract management, you can manage different contracts like hardware, lease, service, software contract. So for example, if I'm taking lease contract, so I have bought some 100 laptops for lease from a particular vendor. I want to manage that contract. I want to be notified before that contract is getting expired. Also, I want to store all the lease documents. Also, I want to see what are the assets which is linked to that document with that particular contract. So these can be done by contract management, where you can see the start date, end date. So before 10 days of the contract expiry, it can be notified to Alfia, and it is linked. What are the assets which is linked, that also you can see. And if there is any attachment, you can add the attachment of that contract here. So in this way, you can manage the lease. So as always, like this is also available as a report. You can extract a report based on the different types of agreements which you have. So coming to the last part, we have extensive reporting structure. So here in report, we have a like I just want to show one. So you want, if you want to, you just have to select a report. You can select whatever columns you want to select, then select the timeline. So of the asset creation basically, and you can just create a report, give a name and save it. So once you have saved it, you can export it into PDF, Excel, CSV, Word, etc. And we have an option where you can save it as public or private. So if you want to give visibility to only certain people, you can save it as private and give it to certain people. Otherwise, if you want to send this report in a schedule to your manager, every Monday I want to send this report to my manager at 11:30 a.m. So you can give his email ID, give a subject, and schedule it. So it will get delivered to him with the updated content. So that you can do. Also, we have a data privacy option in case you have to share this report to some external consultant or somebody, but you don't want to expose your employee data. So you basically want to mask the email ID, phone number, and name. So we have a masking option. So you don't have to expose this data. So once you save all these things, you can save it as a report. So and which will look something like this. Okay, so you can select whatever columns you want, do the filtering appropriately, and you can create n number of reports. So you can export it to any of this format. So we have this, and we have different kind of report. We have one allocation report which will give you the past 6 months or whatever time duration information. So when it is allocated, when it is deallocated, what is the acceptance status, whether have accepted or not. Those kind of reports can be generated. And also we have audit report which will give you the complete audit for example, last 24 hours I want to see what kind of activity have happened in all my laptop. So you can get a report out of it. Depreciation report, you can forecast for next 5 years. Then consumable assets reports can be taken. Software report, the number of softwares which is installed in the system can be taken. Blacklisted softwares, it will tell you when, like in which system blacklisted software is there and in which location it is present. And also the number of softwares, like how many total number of licenses are there, how many are allocated, how many are free, what is the total number of license, and also to whom and all this license has been allocated. Software by publisher, software by details, and contract reports. So we have different kind of reports where you can pick and choose the columns and time durations, etc., and create your own set of reports, give the visibility, and save it. Okay, it can be it will be updated based on the time scale, and you can track your complete assets information in the same way. So this completes the demo part of mine. Let me go back to
So we have one question from the comments. I'm just starting. The user asks if we have RFID tracking of assets is possible.
RFID. Yeah, so RFID tracking can be possible, but it is based on the APIs. We support REST APIs, so this can be discussed based on what RFID system you have. So you can contact us post this like webinar, and we will give you more information on that.
If anyone else has any questions, you can drop in the comments below. We'll be concluding this session after the questions. If anyone has any questions, you can drop in the comments. Okay. Seems like there are no questions. We will conclude the session. Gayathri, you can take over.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for joining this session. Big thank you to Naima. She's our social media marketer at Everest AMS Technologies for conducting this webinar and providing me the opportunity to speak with all of you today. So I hope this session has been insightful and you have a better understanding about the asset management and how the asset management process is scaling in 2025. So if you have any questions, I would like to have a more personalized discussion. You can contact our marketing team or sales team on this. So I look forward to connecting with you all. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining. Thanks, Gayatri. That has been a very insightful session for everyone, I hope. So if you have any further questions or if you need any assistance with our product, you can contact us. You can find the link to contact us in our below our profile. There'll be a contact us option. You can anytime contact us. We got a comment from Cookie Badiana that it's a good product. Thank you so much. Thanks for everyone who joined today. You'll be also receiving the recording link in your emails. So we'll conclude the session now. Thank you so much.